Back in the early 2000s, parents still cared about what their children were doing. They weren't just throwing them an iPad and letting them just raw dog the internet. And back then, me and my brothers had to go to the video store, and if we wanted a game, we had to make sure it was either rated T, E10, or E. We could not get an M-rated game. So we had to get creative. We had to find interesting titles and stuff that was cool and cutting edge, but was also rated T. And so when we found Enemy Territory Quake Wars, it blew our minds. Yeah, that's right, I'm that old. I went to the video store. I had to look at physical copies of the games. We didn't have reviews. We did have reviews. I didn't know how to find them on the internet, but you just had to pick games based on the cover art and the 4 screenshots on the back, and that was it. As God intended. The funny thing about this whole thing is, at the time, me and my brothers had no idea what Quake was, what id Software was. All we knew is that this was a first-person shooter, and we had never played one before, because typically, first-person shooters are all rated M for mature, especially back in the day. And so when we found this, it blew our minds. This military combat simulator. This was the closest thing to realistic combat we had ever seen. Outside of this, the only real game of this variety was Battlefront. And after recently playing it, man, does this game actually hold up. Now, if you can get a PS3 copy or an Xbox 360 copy and you still have one of those consoles up and running, that's great, but you can actually, get this game on PC. Now, you can't really just go on to Steam and buy it, I don't think. There are other ways around it. Use your resources, use your Google searches. You know how to do that stuff. It's 2025. You can figure out how to get a copy of Enemy Territory Quake Wars for relatively cheap. Relatively also including hypothetically free too as well. And one of the great things about it is the game came with bots from the get-go. So if you didn't have online back in the day, which was a thing, there were people that I knew that, played PS3 and Xbox 360 that never connected to the internet. And, playing with bots is fun, and it's a great way to keep this game still alive. There are still people, real human beings, that are playing this game because, they played it back in 2008, 2009 when this came out, and it blew their little child brains. I've been playing this game again, and man, is it so much fun. Like I said before, it is kind of like Battlefield style. There's a ton of vehicles on both sides, and it's kind of asymmetrical because you can play as the humans or you can play as the Strogg through a variety of fun and interesting maps and campaigns. And here's the deal. We do not play the Strogg in this household, alright? We are humans. The Strogg are space demons. They are not made in the image of God. We kill Strogg. We snipe Strogg with 50 caliber sniper rifles. We curb stomp Strogg babies. We do not allow them to exist. Do not listen to the Strogg propaganda. If that Indian guy makes a Netflix anime series about this where the Strogg are these sad people that are just expanding their way across space because they've been kicked out of their homeland and they need to cut people's arms off and turn them into Borg-like machine monster creatures. No. Kill Strogg, destroy Strogg, blow them up with hand grenades, blow them up with C4, drown them in water. Just get rid of these creatures. There is just so much creativity and just, you can tell the developers were having a ton of fun with this in the way that they've developed the classes. There's a Spec Ops unit that uses sniper rifles, and you can even disguise yourself as the enemy team to try and sneak your way into the enemy base. And just fun stuff like that. My favorite class allows you to just call in these airstrikes and these laser guided missiles, and you can call in these nukes and it radiates the area, and there's just so much creativity and fun on display here. It just makes me mad because if you go back and look at the reviews from this time, and you have to keep in mind, back in this day, in this era, you had these game companies, or not game companies, these game reviewing companies like GameSpot and IGN that were legitimately just taking bribes from companies. I know that one guy got fired for doing a bad Kane and Lynch review back in the day, and they were just blatantly just the most corrupt corporate shills, and they really dogged on this game, and it makes me angry because this is an absolute gem of a game. This game is fantastic, 100% worthwhile playing, and it's just, like I said, it's so much fun to just run around and shoot. The only thing I think is annoying about this game is when you get hits on the enemy, it plays this beep sound, and I don't know, I couldn't find a way to turn it off, but I guess it's just to kind of let you know that your shots are hitting. But I would have preferred just a more standard hit marker, but this is back before, you know, shooters were really like a kind of defined game, and a lot of the industry standards were not there at this time. I also just love a lot of like the weapon and vehicle designs. All of the vehicles have, you know, well thought out cockpits and everything, and I just love the humans like tactical design. It's futuristic, but at the same time it's very kind of realistic, almost kind of like how the colonial marines had so much thought put into like their weapons and their kit and vehicles, and it just shows this kind of continuity. It feels like this is like a platoon that was well thought out, like the machine gun is in line with something that would be like something that they would be using, and the assault rifle feels realistic to be kind of like this futuristic bullpup with a built-in holographic sight, and it's so cool. And as you play through these campaigns, you can unlock, you know, level up your character and get access to different things like extended mags or suppressors or scopes for your weapon, and it's a very good fun time. And honestly, is there a depth that's kind of lacking to this progression system? Yeah, this isn't going to be something you're playing for weeks on end, but back in the day when this was all you had, because you know you got the one video game for the week for the rental place, or this was just the game you got at Christmas and it had to last you till your birthday till you got another game. You know, this was truly fantastic, and I made some amazing memories playing this game, and going back to the first person shooter I ever played has been just an absolute blast for me. I definitely recommend, if you're like a Battlefield fan and you're trying to get hyped for Battlefield 6 and you're just itching for more ways to play Battlefield-like games, I 100% recommend that you play Enemy Territory Quake Wars. Sure, there's a lot of people watching this video too that are seeing the gameplay and having just like this flashback thought of this fever dream game you played when you were like 10 years old, and I hope I've inspired that in a lot of people, that to think back about how awesome this nostalgia game was. And I honestly wonder if there's anyone out there like me who played this game out of just necessity because you couldn't play the mature rated first person shooters. But anyway, I've been rambling horrifically because I'm very sick right now for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I got some moments of lucidity and kind of just a boost of energy randomly, and was like, I'm going to make a very manic video talking about a game I love because I've been playing it while I've been sick. And so hopefully this video has been like cogent, but I honestly don't think it has been. I've just been all over the place. But again, the whole point of this video is that you should play Enemy Territory Quake Wars. If there's one thing that you need to be taking away right now, is you need to find a way to play this game, and you need to enjoy it for all that it's worth. Does it have anything to do with Quake or the previous Quake games? Not really, not at all. It is nothing like any of the other Quake games, but it is a masterpiece. And if you're a Quake fan, if you're a Battlefield fan, if you're a fan of gaming in general, you need to play this game. Do yourself the service of playing it. Do not allow yourselves to pass from this earth without playing Enemy Territory Quake Wars. And so, let me know down in the comments down below, did you play this game back in the day? Did you like it? What other weird workarounds did you have if your parents were restrictive with the games you could play? And, you know, was there a T game that was just riding the line that allowed you to enjoy the thrill of a more mature game? So, let me know down in the comments below, and if you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Also, leave a like, leave a comment just saying if you like this video also. Again, I am very sick and just kind of rambling through it, powering through, because I got like an hour of lucidity and I'm trying to use it to push out a video as fast as I humanly can. So again, if you like this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing, and just thank you for watching if you've watched this far through my ridiculous ramblings. And you know, I'll see you guys in the next. Wait! I forgot the most important part of every end of my video. I'm starting to not feel as good anymore. Make sure you leave a dislike so that the algorithm sees some good engagement, and make sure you leave a hate comment for this one. You know, I'm a little under the weather. I can't enjoy the summer fun, so I don't mind grading some papers. So you know, just leave 1,200 words perhaps in your hate comment. And yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been Gunty. It's been swell talking to you, and I'm gonna go re-up on some much needed medication, and I'll see you guys in the next one.